Hi, I'm Josie with Vampyre Lounge. We're at the Dragon's Den in New Orleans. I'm here with my boyfriend Razor, Simple Complexity. Razor, tell us about your DJing here in New Orleans. What clubs do you DJ at and where? What kind of music do you play?
I started off DJing at a little tiny bar. It was a gay alternative bar, actually. I started off DJing there because of Southern Decadence, and they didn't have a DJ. I had a lot of really good music on my laptop, and I just kind of got into it by accident doing it that way. And so it kind of grew from there, and I did the Whirling Dervish one Halloween, and these days what I pretty much do is I DJ online. I have a online shoutcast station, and I DJ live from my studio. So I do a lot of goth, industrial, techno, electro. I have a set on Wednesdays I like to call What the Fuck Wednesdays, where it's just kind of a menagerie of whatever the hell makes it in. It's not just goth, it's just pretty much anything makes it into that set. And it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing it.
Most people would agree that New Orleans is a mecca for all things considered goth. What are your thoughts on that?
In all honesty, that's part of the reason that I ended up in New Orleans. I think Katrina did some serious damage to the goth scene here, but we're steadily coming back and we're creeping back up to where we should be for it. I don't know if I would necessarily call it a mecca. I would actually call it more like a reinvention. You know, New Orleans is based off the European concepts, and it's a very European town in America, so I think the goth scene has expanded over the years. I think it's growing bigger, and I see it having an even bigger group than it's had before. I've been watching over the years, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. Katrina dealt us a number, Gustav dealt us a number, but I'm seeing a lot of the older ones coming back. They're teaching the younger ones what to do. There's a lot of really great new scenes evolving out of the one in New Orleans, and I'm just proud to be part of it.
How long have you been DJing here in New Orleans? Are you enjoying the Lestat fan club at Endless Night events?
I've been DJing for about 3 years, off and on. I mean, I took some little breaks here and there for personal reasons, but I've been DJing off and on for 3 years, various different places. Lestat Fan Club, honestly, I think it's a great thing that they have going on because, you know, obviously with Anne Rice's house having been here, a lot of the books having been written here by somebody from New Orleans, it made placing them a lot easier. And I'm thrilled with Endless Night coming here. I've been a big fan of Endless Night for years. It's an absolute honor to be able to DJ for them. And I really can't say enough good things about both.
Any particular stories you have that you might want to share with us about all the different venues you have worked at
There's less from the ones that I've worked at, more from the ones I've gone dancing and clubbing to. The Dungeon has always been a very unique place to party at and go to, and I've had a lot of fun times there. One of my absolute favorites that's going on in town now that I got a chance to DJ for their Alice in Wonderland ball is Corrosion. And Corrosion is at 1135 Decatur Street, and they do that every single Wednesday, and they've got like a rotation of about 5 different DJs, and it's an absolute ball to go there. What happened was the usual goth club that we had in New Orleans kind of shut down a little bit, and it reopened as a lesbian bar. And the lesbian bar was nice enough to allow some of the goth scene to come in and do a night every Wednesday, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I've been going there every Wednesday. I know all the DJs from Corrosion, and they do an absolutely awesome job. They've been getting a lot of really great bands, a lot of really great after parties. We found out how you get drunk finished rock stars into a car. You get a blonde with really nice, you get a redhead with really nice tits, and have her go, "Come this way, please. Get in the car." "No, I'm not coming with you. Just get back in the car." And we've just had an absolute ball. We've got to meet the people from Cyclone 9. We've met The Becoming, 69 Eyes. We've met a lot of really, really awesome people and gotten to see a lot of really cool things.
New Orleans goth scene. What would do you like most about it?
I think I like most about it is the diversity, not just in styles, but in age. Before Katrina, there was sort of like, almost like it was two generations only. I mean, you had your really young ones and your really older ones. And over the years, your younger ones are going up a bit. So we're at this nice middle point where a lot of the younger ones that I met when I first came here have grown up a lot. The older ones are still rocking at old school, and you're getting the new ones, and now the new ones are getting taught by the middle set and the older set. And I think we're getting a very tight-knit scene built up, and I really like the progression that it's making. It's taking definitely a turn for the up.
Your project is called Simple Complexity. Please tell us about your CD, Exit to Exit.
Exit to Exit was done, it actually took me about 2 years to make it. I mean, I had to calculate studio time, probably 8 or 9 months. I'd started on it about 3 years ago, and I'd started on it out of depression. I was really, really depressed, and I was honestly kind of going nuts a little bit, and I needed something to keep my hands busy. And so it started off as that. I ended up moving and not having a chance to get back to it for a few months. Finally, I came out of the depression, made some new tracks for it, a couple other things happened, another bad depression, and that depression I got into the coke, the alcohol, the drugs, the drinking, and I went through and I made the last parts of it. Then after it was done, but it wasn't mastered yet, and I ended up putting it on the back seat because I had to do some other things and take care of a few other issues I had going on in New Orleans. And when I came back to it, I was a much better person, I was a cleaner person, I was able to live it up but still keep it in control. And then I went back and I mastered all the tracks. So I did both the sound engineering, I did the sounds themselves, and I used Sony Acid Pro for a lot of it, different variations of Sony Acid Pro. I mastered it with actually a program called Steinberg's Clean. It's a very old school program designed for transferring cassette to computer or vinyl to computer, but it had a really good engine in it that allowed me to take it from MP3 and make it a lot cleaner, clearer sound for a lot of tracks. The inspiration for the different tracks came from various things in my life. The track that everybody likes the most is Insynthuation. That track was very much influenced by Prodigy, Crystal Method, and some of the various breakbeat that I was listening to at the time, but the tracks are also influenced by the depressions I was going through at the time. You'll hear a lot darker undertones. I mean, you might have one of the tracks that's like a poppy, happy, upbeat, but if you listen to it, you'll hear that nice dark undertone in the background, which was the parts I was working on when I was depressed. And so the album not only reflects how I feel about the world musically, but how I felt about myself, and sort of like, it's not like a message to the world, but it's more of an expression of, I didn't want to be tied into one genre. I did the album as an expression of mixed emotions. It was based off the idea that it was an expression of the simplicity of emotion in complex ways. So like, people, you say you love, and it sounds like such a simple word, but love has many complex meanings and many complex variations to it. That's how I came up with the name and the idea.
What does the future hold for you here in New Orleans?
The future is never written down. You never know what the future holds. I've got a beautiful, adoring girlfriend who I love very much, who supports me. I don't see myself ever moving from New Orleans, but everybody has their 15 seconds of fame, and if I got to tour the world because of what I do, or I get to at least tour America because of what I do, then I'm all for it. I'm all enjoying it, because to me, it's not about money, it's about heart. New Orleans is my heart. So as far as the future goes, there's going to be more albums. I'm going to keep spinning clubs, and I'm going to keep doing what I do, because I do it for the love, I do it for the fans that I have, I do it because it's what makes my complex head feel simplified.
Josie Ragdoll, signing off Vampyre Lounge.
It's been a pleasure working with you guys.